Okay. Sorry, apparently I've got to do this video in my car because I've got really noisy neighbors. But uh, once again, sorry for the long delay between videos. I've been trying to get a couple of videos out, and then Mother Nature decided to go bipolar on me, and I didn't really have any winter videos to set aside already, so I just had to wait for a warmer day. Anyways, this video is more about advice for preppers. If you're wanting to start prepping, obviously the first thing that you're going to be looking for is types of food. And one thing that, one piece of advice that a lot of people don't really, sorry, my door just locked. A lot of people don't realize that one of the major things that you need to look for when it comes to food is, you know, the actual types that you're getting. And most people, they'll just stock up and then go for broke. What I recommend is buying like as close to a single serving size as you can before you actually stock up on it. That way you can test it out. That way it's more palatable. Or to see if it's more palatable, or to see if it's easier to prepare, or any of those other things. Okay, one of the I've actually got a few samples over here that some of my friends have bought me, and some others that I bought myself just to test them out. One of the ones that would be obviously the easiest is actually called Grizzly Gear Emergency Food Rations. It's these big 3,600 calorie food packs. Now, this one right here is supposedly good for, it's a 5-year shelf life, and it's essentially just 9 really big cookies, and this particular flavor is vanilla pound cake. These aren't bad. From what I understand, they're really dry because obviously there's no water prepped in them, but they're foil sealed. They're good and sturdy. I actually plan on keeping at least one of these in my car just so I can at least have something to eat, regardless of whether I actually can cook or not. Other things that you can look for, there are a couple of them in here. Another one that you don't have to cook whatsoever. These ones are called survival tabs. I just got, this is supposedly their little 48-hour bag, and from what I understand, this is supposedly good for 2 days worth of stuff, or 48 hours at a time. Can be stretched out to 96 hours in extreme conditions. The problem that I'm looking at with these is, like, nutritionally, there's 100% daily value of vitamin A, C, calcium, iron, vitamin E, D, folic acid, B12, phosphorus, iodine, zinc, manganese, stuff like that. So this would be more like almost like a multivitamin, but you've got to take 12 of them according to the serving size, and you're only going to get 240 calories for the entire serving. So in a survival situation, this could help, I guess, complete your nutrition, but this can't be the only nutrition you eat unless you're planning on being able to survive on 240 calories a day. So good idea, but not for, not unless you're like a really big guy like me, where something like this I could throw out there and just eat one every hour that I'm awake and call it good. But I'm going to be losing a lot of weight just surviving off of these. Where at least with these ones over here, this is at least going to get you up to 1,200 calories a day. And granted, you're going to be dry. You're going to have dry mouth like crazy, but we're talking about surviving, not really thriving at that point. Other ones that I've seen are obviously MREs. I actually have a friend of mine sent me an old military MRE entree. This is spaghetti with beef and sauce. These ones are pretty decent. I mean, flavors may vary, obviously, but you're essentially eating a package of mush. So, like, even with spaghetti, there's not really, like, you're not going to be able to use a fork and get a whole lot of noodles. It's just basically a package of mush. But the one thing that these have as a benefit is the fact that, I don't know if you guys can see this right here, but this thing right here is actually a heating bag. And what you do is you slide the pouch in there, and you throw some water in it. It's got lines that you can, basically it's got a fill line right there on the top of the bag that you basically just fill the water up to, and then you fold it over and just kind of let it heat. And it causes a, for the nerdy people out there that actually want to hear how it works. What it does is it's magnesium, iron, and a little bit of salt. And what it does is it causes an exothermic reaction, kind of like just a ton of batteries shorting out altogether, and it causes it to actually heat up the water. And you basically fold that bag over and let it sit for about 10-12 minutes. That water gets pretty decently hot, and it'll actually warm it up. So, I mean, you're eating mush, but I mean, at least it's warm. So sometimes that can actually have a behavioral, or not a behavioral, a mood elevator in it. Just the fact that you're actually eating hot food. So something like this is decent. Now, military MREs, obviously we can't buy those as civilians, but what they do have are civilian MREs. Now, this one right here is this is from a company called APAC. I just actually recently saw these guys. They have pretty much just about the same type of menu items as current MREs do. As a matter of fact, this particular one, I believe the box said it was inspected of January of this year. And this currently is menu 2, which is pork with sauce and rice. And it's also got its own, let's see if I can, there we go. It's also got its own heating bag in it. This one right here, you slide the meal in there, you fill it up, and then you turn around and fold over the heater and slide it into a cardboard box. And again, you wait 10-12 minutes, and it's good. This one right here, though, this is actually the more full-size kit, whereas this one right here, buddy, he just sent me the entree out of it. So this one right here also includes, let's see here, this is pork with sauce and rice entree, and either a banana apple smoothie or a sweet potato grape smoothie with sunflower, butter, cracker, dining kit with seasoning packet, black pepper, and the heater. So, I mean, these ones right here are pretty decent, I guess. If you try to get these on Amazon, you're looking at like probably $60-$70 for a case of 12. And generally they come in, it's technically 6 different varieties, 2 of each flavor. I actually managed to find a guy that's fairly local to me that's selling them for $25 a case. So I went ahead and bought a case just to kind of condense, but I wanted to go ahead and try one of these just to see if I actually like them or not. There's a couple in there that are like vegetarian pasta and stuff like that. I probably won't even bother trying those because I'm not a big vegetable guy. Now, another one that they have, which is probably one that I've actually tried a few times. Some of these are like the brands that you can get at Walmart or Academy Sports, stuff like that. You've probably seen them before. They're the big packages of freeze-dried food, and you just kind of like dump boiling water into them, seal it back up, wait 10 minutes, and then you're good. Well, this one right here, this company is called Peak Refuel, and this is their biscuits and gravy package. And for me, big boy from the South, I love biscuits and gravy. I was actually curious about the 34 grams of protein, which was interesting. Now, granted, this is supposedly 2 servings, so this is actually an 1,100 calorie meal. This right here would be a full day meal for me because I'm I'm actually trying to lose some weight anyway. So like, if I'm going to try this, I'll probably try this probably today because I haven't eaten anything yet. And this would be the only thing I eat today. Whereas with the, like your food ration bars, those are, they're about 1,200 calorie meals, but it's 3 cookies a day. They're dry. They're probably not all that great. The survival tabs, obviously, they're mostly just high calorie vitamins. It's 240 calories a serving. I noticed the military MRE. This is just the entree alone, and it's only 290 calories. So I'm wondering what all came with this that added to it, because most military MREs are sit at about 11 to 1,200 calories a meal. And then, of course, you've got this APAC, these ready meals here. If it's got the banana apple smoothie in it, then it's 1,100. If it's got the sweet potato grape smoothie in it, then it's 1,060. I'm curious if, since they send you 2 of each one, I'm wondering if, one's got one and one's got the other. I'll actually have to try that. But what I was going to do, because I'm actually off work this weekend, I'm going to go ahead and try this today. And then tomorrow I was going to go ahead and try this pork with sauce and rice, just to see how they actually taste. Eventually what I'm going to be doing though is, like some of these, I'm going to have a taste test and see how they taste. This one right here, this is mostly just going to be I'm going to try it. I'm going to let some of the people in the house try it just because, see if it's at all palatable. If it is, then I might go ahead and buy another one, like I said, just to keep in the car. Because while having hot food is always a good thing, sometimes having something like this where it's got the 5-year shelf life on it, just to have this in the car for an emergency, like say you break down on the side of the road or something like that, and you're 8 hours away from the nearest place that you can safely tow or walk or anything like that. This right here gives you at least a little bit of peace of mind where you can, at least you're not going to sit there and starve to death. Okay. The MRE packs, those are always fairly good to keep, just keep them in storage. If these are at all palatable, I'm going to go ahead and probably buy another case or 2, just so I can have a couple of meals. I mean, each one's got a dozen meals in the case, and for me, that's $25 for 12 meals. For me, that's a little over a week of food, and I can have one of those for each person in the house. Just turn around and have, look, if the shit hits the fan, we can at least have something there that, that will be okay to survive on. Whereas with these right here, I'm thinking, this right here would be more for like camping food, where you got access to your campfire, you can boil some water and then turn around and actually have a halfway decent meal. Because when you sit there and when you throw that boiling water in there and you let it sit for 10 minutes, literally most of this stuff that's been dehydrated, it comes right back to full flavor, and and these are actually fairly good. Like I said, I've tried the I don't remember what the Mountain Home, I think is what it is, the silver and blue packages. I've tried their biscuits and gravy. It's pretty decent. I've tried their egg scrambles. They're not bad. The Southwest, or not Southwest, the lasagna with meat sauce and stuff like that, it almost tastes like Hamburger Helper after you get it, good and warmed up and rehydrated. So I'm kind of excited to try this one out. I would do all of this on camera, but I can't film in the house. Other things like that. So what I'm thinking about doing is I might just go ahead and pop on for a little bit tomorrow after I eat the MRE, and then just kind of go over and just let you guys know how it went. But yeah, like I said, it's supposed to be for advice, basically. what you're looking for is find an individual or as close to an individual serving as you can, and try it first just to see if it's palatable. Okay, I know there's a lot of them like Four Patriots and the ready meals and stuff like that. You know, that's great. That's a great idea in theory, but once you actually look at the actual tubs and stuff like that they send you, I mean, unless you can stomach eating 280 servings of macaroni and cheese, then you might want to look for something a little different. So it's a big thing there, because like even with the ready meals, I've seen their meat bucket. They tout that it's 60 servings of food. What they don't tell you is only about 40 of that's actually meat, and then it turns around and goes, oh yeah, and by the way, you're going to get an extra 20 servings of white rice. And while you can mix freeze-dried meat with white rice and make something slightly different, that white rice is going to get old really quick. Especially when you're intentionally buying a bucket of meat and not carbs. So, hopefully this helped you guys out a little bit. If you would, go ahead and leave a comment. If this is something that helps you, or if there's something else that you want to see. I do keep track of my comments, and hopefully I'll be able to start doing a little bit more now that it's actually starting to warm back up. So anyways, hopefully this will help you survive. You have a good one.